it down.
What up, players? It's the morning after with Nick and Big J. Welcome to Friday, 17th day of October 2025. My name is Nick. There's Big J right over there, dude.
Hello.
Welcome to Friday, Big J.
We did it.
We really did, dude. I mean, say what you will, but we definitely got to Friday. There's no doubt about it. Was it a difficult and pressing kind of a task? I would say yes. Short weeks always tend to, it's nice to have them. I'm not saying we shouldn't, but I always feel like I'm behind the eight ball when nobody else comes in for a day. You know what I mean? And it just leaves me with a bunch of stuff to do. And so I feel like I've been just chasing something for the last couple of days, but it's Friday now, Big J, and it's too late. Yeah. It's already here.
I was not, so I'm trying to figure out, I was not prepared for the extra stuff I would do this week.
And next week.
Yeah.
For that matter.
I was like, what?
Yep. Well, welcome to the fun of being a jack of all trades, Big J.
Yes.
You are leaned upon in times of need and of crisis, and you come through, you deliver.
Crises.
It's almost like you're the opposite of the Milwaukee Brewers. Whenever you're at the plate, you take a swing.
They
lost again last night.
Getting swept here?
3-1. It's probably. I was very upset. I was very
gentleman's sweep.
No, they don't even. There's no gentlemanly about it. It's just, quite frankly, it's just been an ass kicking so far. I mean, none of these games have been blowouts, but when you can't even get on base, I mean, they had 5 hits again, so they've had a total of 10 hits in the series in 3 games. It's not great.
No.
Credit to the Dodgers staff. I certainly don't want to
the billion-dollar.
I don't want to poo-poo their pitching staff because clearly they're getting the job done. But
they'll just sue you.
It is a bummer. Meanwhile, the ALCS, Big J, got tied up last night because Toronto won on the road again. So now it's 2-2. So at least there's some drama there. And there's runs being scored in that series. That's actually fun to watch. Unless your team is losing on that particular given day, of course. But, and then, of course, Big J, Ace Frehley passes away yesterday.
Yeah, that happened while I was on air yesterday afternoon, late last night.
Did you get a chance to eulogize him?
Yeah, not that I'm a huge Kiss fan. I just kind of discovered Kiss, really, when you get down to it, sonically. And I did play my favorite Kiss song, which was I Was Made for Loving You.
The one from the Fall Guy?
Well, I did the actual Kiss song.
Not the Youngblood one?
Version, of course.
But that song also shows up in it. But Youngblood made a version for it. They're both played in the movie. But, yeah, it's a bummer, man. But, of course, it certainly is something that it's good to see everybody kind of come up and giving him his respect. But it's still sad to see that the first member of Kiss, founding member, passing away. Morning after with Nick and Big J. We got a busy Friday planned for you. We're going to talk Cope & Ross, of course. That is our guest. Going to have a visitor in studio talking to you about how you can actually purchase some and know a little bit more about Cope & Ross and what's up with it. Of course, we also have a visit from the Comedy Lounge. That's going to happen over the course of the show today. We've got tickets to give away. We've got lots of fun to be had. And, of course, a textual healing keyword coming your way as well. So it should be a busy Friday. And then you got some Rage Against the Machine, Killing in the Name of, on the X-Rocks.
Spanning the globe in search of news. Important stuff.
Launch newsfeed.
On the morning after with Nick and Big J.
The important stuff is brought to you by Cope & Ross. Of course, Be Our Guest fires up today, 9 o'clock, xrock.com. Your opportunity to check out a great place, Cope & Ross. If you're looking for wonderful variety in what to drink, they've got more than 60 rotating taps of beer, cider, and wine over there at Cope & Ross. And then they also have some great food, too, some pub-style favorites. So if you're in the mood for a sandwich, a wrap, or a salad, they got you covered. Wonderful patio out there for the pets and great indoor room for the family, too. So you can bring everybody down and enjoy some great food and some great beverages from all sorts of places. A lot of great local brews on tap and a lot of great regional brews on tap. And we're going to get into it a little bit later on today about what exactly Cope & Ross is. So if you want to take advantage, be our guest, man. xrock.com, 9 o'clock, throw down 25. We will give you $50 to Cope & Ross that you can use. And that's what we like to do, Big J. Pass the savings on to you. Agree or disagree?
Damn right.
I hope you're ready, both mentally and physically, for a pretty big matchup on the Blue, Big J, tomorrow night. Or tomorrow afternoon, I should say. The Boise State Broncos are taking on the UNLV Raiders. Now, this team undefeated coming into the Broncos Stadium, Big J. 6-0 overall, 2-0 in the Mountain West. Boise State sitting at 4-2 and 2-0 in the Mountain West. Kickoff is at 1:30 p.m. It's going to be on FS1 at Albertson Stadium, and this is a blackout, Big J. So if you're going to the game, they're asking that you wear black to fill up the stands. Also, I don't know if you saw Coach yapping up this week. He's tired of people leaving early in the game, Big J. He does not like that the Bronco fans are clearing out by the end of the third quarter when the game is in hand. He doesn't feel like that's representative of the fandom of this team, and so he wants everybody to keep their asses in their seats and cheer on this team until the end of the game. Will you answer the call?
What's that?
Will you answer the call?
No, I won't be there. Well, tonight.
Do you think Boise State fans that should be there will answer the call?
Well, yeah, but when you're kicking the socks off of somebody, it's hard, and it depends on what time. I would say you have a better shot at people not leaving this 1:30 kickoff.
Agreed.
As opposed to, like a 7 o'clock kickoff.
Yeah.
I mean, who's going to stay at 11 o'clock? I mean, and then trying to get out of there, you're insane.
I'm just saying he was upset.
Well, I'm upset you keep losing the big games. How about that, Coach Danielson everybody else? Mr. Dickey?
Oh, no. All right. Shots fired.
God, man. Shut up.
What is the final score prediction for this Boise State UNLV game, Big J?
Let's go 36-21 Broncos.
All right. Big J does like them to cover. Boise State favored by 12.5 heading into this matchup. So we will see how it all goes.
Although, if the Broncos are going to take a loss in the conference, this is it.
Yeah. Well, it's the best team they have faced in the conference so far. There's no doubt about it. But don't forget, Big J, last time UNLV came to town, it was a conference championship that Boise State won. Tore down the damn goalpost.
Yeah, and on the line, more than just the taking a lead, you're also assuring yourself more or less, if you can hold the rest of the games, that this will determine where the conference championship game is played.
Yeah, you want that home game.
Yes, absolutely. If UNLV wins this game, I have no doubt that championship game would be the Broncos and the Rebels in Las Vegas.
Yeah, you're probably right. Whatever, this is probably a preview of the Mountain West championship game, regardless, and the winner will host. Is really what this boils down to. You're right. Big J, Caitlin Clark did not have a chance to play much WNBA basketball this year, but she is getting ready to try her second favorite sport against the pros next month. Clark announced that she will play in a Pro-Am event as part of the Annika, Big J. The LPGA Tour event is going to take place in Bel Air, Florida at the Pelican Golf Club. The tournament, which is the final full field regular event of the season, is hosted by Annika Sorenstam. Remember her, Big J?
Yeah.
Back in the late 90s, really more famous for being on Maxim magazine and that kind of stuff.
Super hot.
Yeah, than really, but still, congratulations. That's pretty awesome. She's very good at what she does. And so it's cool that Caitlin Clark is going to go back and do her thing. Congratulations. Playing some golf. How about that?
All right.
If you want another bundle, you're going to get it. Looks like Apple TV and Peacock are teaming up. They want to launch a joint streaming bundle next week. Priced at about $14.99 per month. The company said the plans offers more than 30% savings compared with buying each service separately. The bundle arrives Monday, includes ad-free Apple TV with either Peacock Premium, which has ads, or ad-free Peacock Premium Plus, priced at $20 a month. So there is that. So let me ask you this, Big J, because I am a subscriber to both of these things separately, and they're both commercial-free. And together, that it is more than $20 a month. So if I want to bundle these two things together, right?
Yeah.
Do I then cancel my membership and start a new one, and then it screws up my whole profile? Or can I carry it over and change my plan?
See, here's where they get you. Because I don't know if that works.
Okay.
And the times that I've there was a promotional deal for a certain bundle, I had to use a different email.
Yeah,
that whole thing.
See, that sucks.
So, yeah. I mean, you might be, but because it's a bundle, I don't know who's in charge of but where does the bundle?
Right.
Is it through Apple or is it through Peacock?
Yeah, because these are two different companies. So I don't know. I'm interested in bundling, but I don't want to lose all of the stuff, the things that are in my queue and all those kind of things.
Streaming stuff is chaos. It needs to be put to an end, Nick.
Morning
Can we
after.
just put an end to it?
I don't think we have that power, buddy.
I don't know. We might.
Morning after with Nick and Big J. There's your first round of important stuff. It is the X Rocks.
Here's traffic.
Smashing Pumpkins, Bullet with Butterfly Wings here on the Morning After with Nick and Big J. Big J, I have a question for you because you have a serious amount of life experience in this particular conversation and category.
What is it?
You have said on the record one of your favorite snacks to have in your day, like probably not every day, but one of the things you like to enjoy is an Uncrustable every now and again, right?
I never thought I'd be that guy. I was like, this is dumb and frozen. What the hell is this? And then I realized they're just great. They're just perfect.
So I will call you an Uncrustable aficionado. Now, let me ask you this. Have you ever attempted to try a knockoff of an Uncrustable, or do you only go brand name?
I don't. If I did, it was by mistake. Like
Okay.
I didn't. Like somebody bought it for me.
Okay.
Maybe some Trader Joe's crap. I don't know.
So funny you say that because Trader Joe's is in trouble, Big J.
Yeah, they're in big trouble
With the J.M. Smucker Company because they have filed a trademark lawsuit against Trader Joe's because they say their copycat Uncrustable is far too close to the original Uncrustable. Now, they say several things in this story that make an Uncrustable. What makes an Uncrustable to you?
This is the thing. I'm like, I don't know how you can lord over having a peanut butter and jelly sandwich that's just got the crust cut off of it. How do you own that?
So here's what they say. Now, I have never. I'll be honest with you, Big J. I have never in my life had an Uncrustable.
What?
So I don't.
Wait, what?
I have some in my freezer currently. I've never
Why?
had one.
Why do you have them in your freezer?
The kids.
Oh, okay.
And so
they're good enough for their kids.
Well,
but
they
not
like
you?
them, but I mean, like, here's the thing with me, and this is gonna sound stupid, but like,
Probably.
I don't want to wait 25 minutes for a damn peanut butter and jelly sandwich to defrost. I can just make
that
one.
long. It doesn't take that long to defrost. And I understand, but there are some real animals out there, like my wife, who eats them frozen. And I'm like, what are you doing? It's frozen.
If I want a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, I'll just make one.
When it just thaws out, it's so perfect. And even there's a little between where there's still a little, it's still kind of frozen. I
Doesn't
don't
it get
mind
like
that.
smushy and like
No.
damp?
No.
It doesn't?
Sometimes, yeah, the bread will get like damp, and that's like uncomfortable, but you just get past it.
All right.
However, you could also throw it in the toaster, man. It is delicious.
I get that. That you might talk me into because I do love a
Put it
toasted
in the
peanut
air
butter.
fryer, man. It'll change your life.
But I have never had one. But what Uncrustables, what Smuckers say, what make an Uncrustables and Uncrustables are two things, and they're saying
Round.
that Trader Joe's, yes, violate them both. It is round. I have like great value Uncrustables in my freezer. Those have like a triangle sandwich shape, so they're different shape than the regular.
Well, because they got in trouble.
Probably.
Like, no, yeah, this isn't the first time
But
that Smuckers has been through this.
The other thing that Smuckers is saying is that the logo that Trader Joe's is using for this particular knockoff Uncrustable is very similar to the one that they have trademarked, which is a bitten like a circle with a bite taken out of it, and that they're saying is also a trademark violation. So we got a couple of lawsuits here coming to fruition, and there may not be, or they'll have to change something at Trader Joe's for the Uncrustables if you want them. But I've often wondered, because I'm not a copyright lawyer, obviously, I wonder, because there's a lot of things that have generic knockoffs of name brand things in any store. Pick one, Target, Walmart, whatever. They have these knockoffs of them that usually are cheaper but are the exact same thing. I wonder how close it has to be to it, or if the logo just says it's whatever it is, you're okay. Because obviously you can't trademark ingredients for something, but you certainly can trademark a brand and a logo and those kind of things. And that's where you can start getting into some trouble. But I'm sure there's a fine line that everybody has to walk in their generic knockoffs of whatever they're trying to make to save people some money. But it is interesting that these lawsuits don't happen a little bit more often, because it feels like there's a lot of things that are pretty close to the original that are just generic in terms, and it's got to be close and cutting into their bottom line a little bit, right?
I guess.
But
Must be.
Smuckers is pissed, I'll put it that way. Morning After with Nick
I wish I had an Uncrustable.
and Big J. We got Big J's Song of the Week. It's next on the X Rocks. That's a Bobby for you. Time will heal here on the morning after with Nick and Big J. Every Friday, Big J selects a song to hopefully get the blood flow and get you ready for your weekend. First, you find out what it is, then you find out why it exists. Big J, what's your song for this week?
Yeah, the song for this week is Cry Little Sister from Seasons After.
Enjoy. It's the X Rocks. Song of the week. That is Seasons After, former X-Fest band, Big J. That is Cry Little Sister here on the morning after with Nick and Big J. What'd you pick that song for? Did you watch Lost Boys or something?
No, but yeah, it has to do with that, Nick. We are in the middle of spooky season after. That song came out in 2010, covering the original Jared McMahon, who had made that for the movie, Nick. And it's like I've seen it go come through my algorithm a couple times, the opening sequence for the movie, which is super cool because bam, it slams you with that song right away. It gets right into vampire stuff, man. And it's like, that movie is so classic. It's terrible, but great at the same time. It's spooky season. It should be definitely in your rotation for movies for October, I think. And I mean, a great cast and all of that, but you know, as I say more often than not, Nick, soundtracks, they were my escape into music. Like I lived in a small town in Montana, and the only exposure I would have would be soundtracks. It wasn't like I was listening to the radio or anything like that. So it was by watching these movies is where I was getting my music fill from and starting to learn about the world through that way. And if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't have a lot of the love that I do for some of these songs and movies in particular. So
look at you now.
Yeah, look at me now.
Did they ever try to remake The Lost Boys?
Yeah, it's called Twilight. They made 18 movies off of it.
Those vampires are too sparkly to be Lost Boys. But did they actually try to do it? It feels like one of those where they're like, it's like prime for remake. It's a cult classic. Yeah. People love it.
Let's do it now.
I don't think
Everybody's
it needs
still,
to be,
I think, alive.
But I'm shocked that they haven't done it. Like, they've even remade Flatliners, for God's sake. And like, that's the same cast, but a much worse movie. I can't believe they haven't done Lost Boys. Or maybe it was because of, like, people were vampired out for a while after the Twilight kind of a thing. And they're like, I don't want to cash in now. But maybe it's prime for one.
I think, I don't know. I'm seeing something here like Lost Boys, The Tribe.
That's the sequel, I think, that Corey Feldman made like 20 years after it actually happened.
Yes.
Yeah. No, so, that doesn't count.
You mean bringing it back?
I mean,
the old IP, making it new again.
I mean, yes, like actually rebooting the Lost Boys with the flavor of the month.
I really think it's too close to Twilight. I mean,
You do that?
Yeah, because you have to remember, man, this was high school stuff.
Yeah.
So these were all high schoolers. Same thing for Twilight. It was just, a modern version of it.
Yeah, but Twilight wasn't like about murdering and things like that. Lost Boys had
Twilight
a ton
wasn't?
of blood. Yeah, no.
Yeah,
Twilight was more about, it was a love story.
Vampires flying around, battling each other in the middle of fields and stuff.
Yeah, but the Lost Boys wasn't about stuff like that. It was about, finding out that there were vampires in your high school.
Yeah.
And then
What
trying to...
do we do? We're hungry.
Yeah.
We got to go eat people. We got to go drink their blood.
Got to. That's how vampires live. Morning After with Nick and Big J coming up in a few minutes. Some important stuff. It's next on the X.
Hey, on 100.3, the X rocks.
We are headed to Indiana for today's We're Going to Hell story, Big J.
Indiana, baby. Who's your state?
Let's preface this by saying, please, we beg of you, do not drink and drive.
Big mistake.
2025, lots of options out there for you to get home safely, securely, and you don't have to worry about putting anybody or yourself in danger, for crying out loud. But this story does revolve around an arrest for a DUI. So, 21-year-old kid, Big J, driving his Chevy truck down the road.
To the levee.
Going at a high rate of speed. And Big J, he goes off the road and he flips his damn truck. You understand?
Oh, God.
I mean, it's bad. So somebody comes upon the wreckage, and of course, the 21-year-old is unharmed. So he tries to call 911. The dude's like, no, don't call 911.
Don't do it. I'm drunk.
Police got the call anyway. They arrived on the scene to find the man sitting on a rock. He did admit that he had been drinking. And according to the police report, he did smell of alcohol. He had slurred speech, glassy eyes. And when officers began a sobriety check, the man reportedly said, "You don't need to check my eyes, dude. I'm drunk." Now,
Oh,
That's
damn.
just a normal DUI story, not a good kind of thing. Where does the "we're going to hell" come in?
Yeah, what's up, dude?
So, while the gentleman admitted that he had been drinking and drinking to excess, he did say that there was an alternate reason why he went off the road and he flipped his vehicle. Because, Big J, there was a chupacabra that he had seen crossing the road, and it caused him to swerve, overcorrect, and then flip over.
I mean, he could have said any wildlife. He used a made-up one.
Now, it's a lot like the Sasquatch. You know, there's lots of tales of it being around since
Some myth,
1875.
mythical being.
There are some interesting descriptions of a chupacabra that the first kind of like real detail of it painted it more like reptile-esque. And it had like leathery or scaly gray skin, and it had sharp spines running down its back, and then it hopped around like a kangaroo, but it was 3 or 4 feet in height.
Yeah, it sounds awful.
But as you kind of move this myth over to America, where it's prevalent mostly in the Southwest, there's rarely chupacabra sightings in Indiana. I'll put that out there as well. But usually around the Southwest, the chupacabra is almost painted like a strange breed of wild dog. And it also has like a spinal ridge. It almost looks like it has mange or something like that. You know, it's very angry. It's got like a dog-like description to it. And so there are 2 different kind of chupacabra images that have made its way into the lexicon. He did not detail which one he thought it was. Was it the kangaroo reptile one, or is it the wild dog with spikes one? But we do know that he did say that it was a chupacabra that jumped out in front of him. So it was enough that he was able to identify it as a chupacabra. But we just don't know which one it was.
And they, I bet, immediately put out a search party right away. We got to find this beast. We got guys with torches out there.
They're working in shifts.
He just slips away, free of his drunk driving episode.
No, they did not believe him that he saw a chupacabra. They took him to the hospital for a blood test and then booked him into jail on charges of operating a vehicle while intoxicated. And they did no search whatsoever into the chupacabra story.
We got to take advantage of these fresh sightings.
The question, it feels like we're 2 weeks away from a History Channel show.
Yeah.
Tracking chupacabra.
They've already done that.
But what if he was telling the truth, Big J? Have we missed out on a huge story here? Because the chupacabra has migrated its way to Indiana and now having its way with the wildlife and beings there.
Or it's like been there the whole time.
That's the home of the chupacabra, Indiana?
Yeah.
It's a hot take. You could be right. Who knows? But
not necessarily the home, but just his home.
That's where that went.
Yeah.
There's many chupacabras. Maybe each state has a chupacabra, you're thinking?
It could be, yeah.
Is there an Idaho chupacabra?
I don't think so. Not that I've heard of.
All right. Well, maybe you're just not drunk enough to see one.
Not today.
Morning After with Nick and Big J. There's your We're Going to Hell story. It is the X-Rocks. Nothing else matters here on the Morning After with Nick and Big J. Big J, do me a favor.
Okay.
Check the date for me. What is it today?
Today's the 17th, man.
Of October, right?
2025.
Today is the day. If you log on to Peacock or their very own streaming channel, Big J, today is the day Hallmark's countdown to Christmas begins. Meaning, beginning today, they are airing nothing but their Christmas movies on the Hallmark Channel nonstop now through Christmas.
It's an infringement upon Halloween.
They are kind of getting a little chippy towards breaking into this particular territory. But there is no denying about these movies' popularities, Big J, which is why they did a study as to why Hallmark's movies for Christmas are so popular. The funny thing is, it's probably true. The experts say the reason why they're so popular is they suck so bad. Now, I mean that in the best way possible because these movies are incredibly predictable. They're warm, they're fuzzy, they always end up the exact same way. Whatever conflict was given was resolved probably halfway through. The guy always gets the girl always gets the guy. It's the way these things go. And because they are so predictable and they are so color by number, that it makes it easy for us to turn them in and tune them in and basically break away from all of our real life problems and chaos for a second and just kind of morph into this predictable and saturated and fuzzy world and not have to worry about anything that's happening in our real lives. And that makes sense to me, right?
Yeah, it makes sense. It doesn't mean it's good.
No.
I mean, it's because I fall into that. I mean, look, when we do Streaming Dumbass and we get to the holiday time, I'm like, run it up with some Hallmark movies because, it is easy to digest and you can turn things off. But I think we are starting to do that way too often.
And sooner than ever. I mean, last year, the countdown to Christmas began on November 3rd. Why they decided to move it to October the 17th, I do not know. I guess they probably think either one, there's an audience for it, and they want people to clamor for it. Number two, it's counter-programming to the Halloween that is omnipresent. That could be also...
I mean, they could start a whole Halloween thing.
Halloween Hallmark movies?
Yeah.
I suppose. I mean, listen, you can take that formula for anything and any holiday and put it in there, and it would probably work. But I don't know if it has the built-in audience that those cheesy Halloween or those Christmas movies do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And also, on Halloween movies, you probably have to include some kind of scare or some kind of thing, and that probably turns off some people. I don't know. But I do know they're very, very popular. I know they have, Hallmark has their own streaming platform for this and this only. Mm-hmm. It's the only reason that they exist. And so it's not surprising they're leaning into it early. It still feels like an affront that it's on October the 17th and the countdown to Christmas begins today, more than 2 months away from the actual holiday. But hey, listen, if it's the thing you got, you might as well beat that drum as loudly as you can, right?
Yeah.
So if you are jonesing for these ultra-saturated Christmas movies, you can check them out on Hallmark. Although that being said, in a world where any kind of content is just a click away from our fingertips, you can get these movies anytime you want. It's not like they go away every year. It's just that they play them on a loop on the Hallmark Channel. But you can get Christmas movies anytime you want if you want that feeling in June or whatever. It's there. But listen, if you're going to put a streaming platform based on these things, you better make sure you deliver. And that's what Hallmark is doing beginning today. A little bit too early, in my opinion, but they're not asking me, Big J. I'll tell you that right now.
I agree with you.
Morning After with Nick and Big J. Coming up in a few minutes, we got some important stuff and your pop culture smackdown. It's the X-Rocks.
Man, she a legend.
Important stuff.
What's going on in the news today?
The Morning After with Nick and Big J.
Important stuff brought to you by Boo at the Zoo, man. Next weekend, dude. Yeah. The Treasure Valley's best Halloween tradition returns. Boo at the Zoo is going to be going on the 25th and 26th. That's Saturday and Sunday. Take it over Zoo Boys. The whole family can come out there, man. The trick-or-treat stations are everywhere. Like, you turn around and there's 7 of them. So there's going to be tons of candy to take advantage of. Some great costume contests for everybody. And a lot of zoo Halloween fun. So hang out with us. We're going to be out there on Sunday handing out some candy. Adam and Liv are going to be out there hanging out with the kids. It's going to be a whole lot of fun. Boo at the Zoo is presented by Delta Dental of Idaho. October and 25th at Zoo Boise, supported by Idaho Pizza Company and the X-Rocks. We're going to have our buddy Jeff in here next week to talk about it so you get more details as well. So just get ready for Boo at the Zoo. Speaking of Halloween, Big J, it probably isn't surprising how committed we are sometimes to the holiday. Doesn't matter how expensive chocolate is this Halloween season. Oh, by the way, Big J, it is pretty expensive. We are still making sure we have Halloween candy for the kids. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The amount of money spent on Halloween is going to go up this year just because the amount of money it costs you to buy candy is going to be more expensive. And so we are happily spending whatever it takes to make sure we have trick-or-treat candy for the kids. About 77% of respondents saying, yes, it sucks that rising chocolate prices are happening, but we still are making sure there's going to be some sort of chocolate of some kind. About 80% of people, Big J, take part in trick-or-treating of some kind. Some other people are out that night, so they don't do it. Some people pretend they're not home, whatever the case may be. But taking part in trick-or-treating is certainly an American tradition. and it is something that regardless of how expensive it can be, we're still going to do. So props to you for throwing down some cash to make sure the kids get their candy this Halloween. Agree or disagree, Big Jim?
Agreed.
Well done. Well done, everybody. Plenty of NBA players have learned over the last couple of years that they were going to be traded because they saw it on social media. And while it's unlikely that Anthony Edwards, who is a stud for the Minnesota Timberwolves, will ever get traded, he really wants to know before the rest of the internet finds out. He was on a podcast with Shams Charania, who has taken over the ESPN, Wojciechowski kind of bombs that would let people know who's getting moved and what's happening. And he was talking about, he said to Shams, listen, if I'm going to get traded, you better text me. Don't bleep that bleep on Twitter or X or whatever. Send me a message to let me know. I want to know person to person that I'm out before it gets leaked all over the place like a lot of players find out. Because the NBA is more of a soap opera than anything else these days. And so a lot of it is played out online with a lot of different things. And so this is the way that news gets broke these days, which is weird. Used to be a conversation with you and your general manager. Now, somebody from one of the teams leaks it to an NBA insider before anybody else knows, and then it's up on the internet, and you're like, that's how I find out I'm getting traded? What a bummer. But, hey, it's 2025, Big J,
Yeah, but what an awkward position to be in also if you're Shams or Adam Schefter and a player asks you, hey, let me know if something's happening to me. That's like a weird conversation.
I bet they do, because one of the reasons why they get all this information is because they're great at schmoozing and relationships.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure
and keeping those doors open is how you do that.
I'm sure they're paying out like nice gifts, things like that. I'm sure they have like a black card that's specifically for that kind of stuff.
I would not be surprised if, yes, they expense it to ESPN or wherever to make sure that their stories are taken care of.
But still, hey, you're getting traded, and I'm about to announce it in mere minutes.
At least I told you.
Yeah.
Now you know. Big J, Pop Culture Jeopardy has had a weird run of things. It was hosted by Colin Jost. It had one season on Amazon Prime, and then Amazon Prime said, you know what, we're good. And so they said they have decided to drop the property, but Netflix went ahead and picked it up. So Pop Culture Jeopardy will get a second season after Prime Video decided to change its game show strategy. Amazon's kind of getting off the game show bandwagon. They launched a bunch over the last calendar year and weren't happy with the success of them, so they're moving on. But Colin Jost is in talks to return as host of the 2026 season. They apparently have reached a mutual decision to shop the show to other distributions, and Netflix went ahead and picked it up. So, of course, as you know, Big J, I have Pop Culture Jeopardy has an enemy myself. I am not a fan of it for a lot. First of all, I mean, listen, I don't like the format. I'm not a fan of three people on one team answering questions about it. I feel like it's not nearly
it dilutes the challenge.
Impactful. And then you may remember, Big J, that I also went online to take the test to make a run at it, passed the quiz, and then was told I was too old to compete in Pop Culture Jeopardy. But when I watch the show, it does feel like there are people that are older than me on that show. So now I try not to get insulted. But then again, I know that maybe they look older than they actually are. Who knows? But I was like, man, it was a real kick in the jeans.
I mean, they're not even that old.
That's what I thought, too. But they said they were going for people under 45. And I do not fit in that. I know.
Listen, we're later here this morning. Well, maybe we're not going to be able to. Damn it. Get into something that involves age and a real wake-up call, bro.
Yeah, and so I was not happy with the email that I received that while I passed the test to get into the show, I was too old to participate.
We are in hard denial about our place in the age brackets. I can just tell you that right now.
Morning After with Nick and Big J. There's your important stuff. Your Pop Culture Smackdown. No age required. You can be of any age and play Pop Culture Smackdown because that's the way we like to do game shows around here. That's going to happen next on the X Rocks.
Pop Culture Smackdown. On the Morning After with Nick and Big J.
And a great Morning After prize package here to hook somebody up with. We're talking a $50 gift certificate courtesy of Be Our Guest to Kopp & Ross, the Craft House and Grill here in Boise. We'll be talking to them in just a little bit, but $50 is a great way to go. And of course, at 9 o'clock, you can hook that up at xrock.com on your own if you want for just $25. And then we've got tickets to Kubla Khan TX. That show sold out. It's happening on Tuesday at the Knitting Factory. Some heavy ass metal.
All right. Sounds like dinner and a show to me as the prize package for some Pop Culture Smackdown, but you are going to have to defeat Big J in the process. 208-287-1003 if you want in on this action. We wish you all the best of luck. Big J, are you ready?
Yeah, man.
To the phones we go. Hello, the X.
Hello?
Hey, what's up, man? Who's this?
This is Will.
All right, Will, you're up first. Will, what rock band was famous for having two of its members with huge, long, chest-covering beards?
ZZ Top.
Right.
That is correct. Big J, what company's logo uses a lamp called Luxo Jr. as the letter I?
It's a lamp?
Yeah, it sure is. It's a desk lamp, as a matter of fact. As the letter I.
I'm going to go with
Oh, no.
Intel?
Hang on. No, I was going to give you another hint because you've had such a... It's a film company. Does that help?
Oh, DreamWorks?
No, it clearly doesn't. There's no I in DreamWorks.
Okay.
So that's not going to be it. Any? That's it?
No.
That's all you got.
A lamp?
Yep. A lamp as the letter I for the logo in the company's kind of like... You'll be angry the second you hear it.
A24?
No, although you're close. Do you happen to know, Will? You win no matter
nobody
what.
knows.
Is it Illumination?
It's not Illumination. It's a better guess, though, because it's Pixar.
Right.
Pixar Eye, the lamp that jumps around and then knocks down the eye at the beginning of the movies,
Jesus.
of all of the Pixar movies.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah. Congratulations, Will. You got tickets to go check out Kubla Khan TX. You've also got some Cope and Ross coming your way. Well played. Hang on 1 second. We'll hook you up with all the details that you need for that. Coming up next, we're going to talk about some really cool things happening at the Comedy Lounge. It's on the way on the X Rocks. That's the latest from the Pretty Reckless for I Am Death here on The Morning After with Nick and Big J. It's Friday. Always great to check in with one of our favorite people in the world. Jen is in studio hanging out with us. Hi, Jen. How are you?
I'm doing good. Just back from California and shocked by the weather here.
Yeah.
But
Welcome.
That's okay.
We had our week of fall, and now we're transitioning into the colder side of
It
things.
just happens so fast.
It does. It does.
Yeah.
But I imagine things are going well at the Comedy Lounge.
They're
yes?
going so well.
Things are hot at the Comedy Lounge.
We have so many shows coming up, and they're all like don't miss shows. It's crazy. And we're doing a lot of just one night, like this person's here for one night. So if you want to hop on and grab some of the Laugh Pass things that we have, like it's a good time to do it if you want to come to a bunch of shows because it'll lower your ticket price. So you should get on there and just see what we have. I think we've got one that's like 4 tickets for the price of 3, but if you get more, I think we have another one that's 6 for the price of 4, and then 10 for the price of 6, and you can use them for multiple people. It's not just for you. So if you have a party of 10, you can get everybody to give you some money and then pay less and just bring everybody. So those are good deals. And then, or just use it for yourself and come to all of the crazy level of talent that we have coming in. Tomorrow we have a psychic comedy show which is great for this season. And tonight we had a fantastic packed show last night with this guy, and then tonight 2 shows, one at 7, one at 9. This is the 3rd time that we've brought Wellie Jackson back here. This man has been on stage at Carnegie Hall in New York, okay? Yeah. He has toured with Tiffany Haddish, friggin' Tracy Morgan. I mean, like, this guy's so funny, and I just encourage you, like, come out, people. Like, you don't want to miss this, and our venue seats 200 people. Like, it is so intimate, and you can really have an experience with like a high level comic at the club that you're not going to get at the bigger venues around town. So Wellie Jackson is here. We're excited to have him again. Last night the show was phenomenal. Tonight 2 shows again. So thanks for getting up early.
Yeah, man.
Oh, yeah, this is part of the job. Yeah, I'm here.
We love to see you, Wellie. Thank you for coming in again.
Thanks for having me,
It's always
fellas.
great when we can have you in our backyard. Does this feel almost like a second home to you?
Yeah,
You're
this is
here?
home at this point. This is like, I feel like Mr. Rogers around here, man. I was cutting the grass this morning. Yeah, I feel great.
It is good to see you, man. You had a chance to put on a Thursday show last night.
Yes.
You've been doing this for a while. Are Thursday shows fun? Can you get weirder on a weeknight than you can on a weekday, or is it a bit tough to gauge on those kind of audiences?
No, it's all the weekend. Thursday's college Friday night.
All right.
You
All
know,
right.
that's the way I look at it. And it's fun. Like last night, we had somebody got engaged at the show.
All right.
It was a whole there was a dude at the show that had 12 kids and he had a handlebar mustache. Am I lying? You cannot make this up. I'm telling you, that was Thursday. Guess what? People got paid today. That direct deposit went in.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
That's right.
They don't have work tomorrow. How do you think tonight's gonna go if that's how we started
Somebody's
off on
getting
Thursday?
divorced.
They had to go to work. Oh, that
On
was a good
stage.
one.
On stage.
That's right.
All of those people that were at the show last night had to go to work today.
That's right.
Now put that on steroids. Let's really turn it up, and we really gonna have fun. Like I was just landing. I didn't even get my foot in last night. What? I might get naked tonight.
Yeah, right. Listen, LoungeBoise.com for tickets. You never know what you're going to see when Wellie's on stage. It's great to see you again. Since last we talked, you got a movie underneath your belt, bro?
Yeah. I got a movie. We just premiered it last week. We're doing some festivals, and then we're gonna release it. It's called Damn Knicks. It's about the damn New York Knicks. Yeah, man. It's really a great movie. I'm starring in a movie.
That's
like
awesome.
That is literally the reason everyone gets in the show business. They think, hey, man, I could do what Denzel Washington does. And sadly mistaken, you can't, but that's the reason you get into it. Yeah, man, I'm excited. This is like the first time starring in a movie. Like I've been on TV, I've been in movies before, but starring?
Yeah.
I'm in every scene?
That's
What?
awesome. You're from New York City. I imagine you're a Knicks fan, so
Yes.
there's got to be it's got to be running through your veins, right?
Lifelong Knicks fan. This is like, it's literally just a dream come true. I couldn't believe it when they asked me to be a part of it. I was like, what is this about again? Like, oh, I couldn't find nobody more qualified than me.
Yeah, it's like, how did this happen? How did it happen? How did that
Yeah.
roll together?
Crazy, man. But the way it came about is the guy who was directing it, he couldn't find anybody for my role. And so he goes, you know what? I went to high school with somebody who fits this role. So he texts me. He goes, hey, this is a long shot. You're probably too busy. And then I'm like, all right, let's get to it. You know, what are you doing? Like, and he goes, I got this movie. And I'm like, do tell. A movie. And then he goes, it's about the Knicks. And he goes through the whole spiel. And I'm like, I'm in.
Yeah.
Like, where do I sign up? Like, there's nobody more qualified. I've been through so much heartbreak messing with the Knicks, man. What?
Yep.
You know, at least women know at this point I'm loyal. I'm loyal.
But this could be their year, right? I mean, starts on Tuesday.
It could be. I hate to say that because we've been saying this forever, but it's looking really good. Like,
Yeah.
We got a great coach and who's running the actual offense this year, who's not going to play, say, 5 guys the whole game.
That's right.
We're going to use the bench. It's looking.
I don't know. I'm not going to smoke the hope dope.
You never know. But we should be on the lookout for Damn Knicks because it could be coming somewhere that we can check it out soon. I know it's in the festival circuit right now, but
100%. We're just doing festivals around the country right now, but it will be released in a few months to everybody. Just go to the Instagram page. It's Damn Knicks. That's the Instagram page. DAMNKNICKS.
So now, having starred in a movie, is that like something you want to do again, or were you like, that's more work than I thought it was going to be?
Of course it is.
Guess what? I never said this anyway. I'm probably going to get in trouble for it, but I'm about to start filming another movie with Universal Pictures.
Yeah.
and
Oh,
Game Warner.
fantastic. Yeah.
This is the
Love
last
it.
time you'll be coming in our studio.
We're not
The
gonna
big-time
be
rise of Wellie Jackson.
Yeah, come tonight because we won't be able to afford Wellie next time. So
There's a reason I asked you what arena y'all was talking about that y'all didn't like, because we're going to be at the other one. Yeah, next time.
perfect.
Oh, God.
Wellie Jackson in town tonight. 2 shows at the Comedy Lounge, loungeboise.com to grab your tickets. Wellie, you're also amazing to follow on the socials. What's the best place people can check you out?
Instagram, Wellie Jackson, Wellie Jackson. If you don't know how to spell Jackson, you should probably go back to school. You should not be following anyone. That's like the hub. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everything's posted on Instagram. Then we go over to TikTok. Then we go over to Facebook with the old folks. But everything's on Instagram.
Awesome. Make sure you follow him. Make sure you check him out tonight, Wellie. It's an honor and privilege, man. Thank you for coming in. We appreciate it.
I appreciate you guys for having me.
Of course.
Bonafide movie star here.
Absolutely.
Oh, thanks.
It's a privilege. Thank you, Jen, as well. We appreciate
course.
you. Morning After with Nick and Big J. It's the X-Rocks. Morning After with Nick and Big J. It is another Be Our Guest Friday, and it is an honor and privilege to welcome into the studio Kevin. Kevin is here from Cop and Ross, which is a wonderful place that people can check out courtesy of Be Our Guest. Thank you for coming in, man. We appreciate you.
Hey, good morning, everyone. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming in. Let's talk a little bit about the idea behind the place because it's a really cool thing. It's a craft house. It's a grill. You have 60 beers on tap, which is pretty incredible. That's a lot to keep straight, I imagine, right?
It really is, but I got to tell you, it's a lot of fun because having 60 taps, what that means is we can take an awful lot of swings at things. So there's a lot of trial and error that goes on.
I bet it is. I bet it is. Now, I've noticed, at least looking at the tap list currently, you focus on some Pacific Northwest kind of breweries and flavors. Is that an always kind of thing? I know there's a ton of local stuff there, but also you've got like Wyoming and Washington and California and Oregon. So do you like to try to keep it around this area, or you never really know what you're going to get there?
We are receptive to putting stuff on coast to coast. I've got stuff on from New York, from Chicago, and really from all over. It really is contingent upon, hey, how good is that product? What's the availability of that product? But no, we're not relegated by any means to any one region or otherwise.
And when you have a craft house like that, it comes within hand of some great food as well, and you have plenty of great food options, including with some Wagyu burgers as well.
That is correct, and much like the beer, we went through since me and my partners purchased a place a couple years ago. We went through an awful lot of trial and error trying to get that menu right. So it wasn't the case where we just wanted to have the typical bar food. So we really are taking the time to get the menu right. We spend more money on the higher quality products. We don't want to ever be embarrassed by whatever it is that we're putting out.
Yeah, there's some pretty cool stuff on that menu. So if you get a chance, head over to xrock.com, click the Be Our Guest link, and grab yourself $25. Will get you $50 at Cop and Ross, and you can check it out for yourself. Is there, I'm sure it's like picking out a favorite kid. There's lots of beers up there. There's lots of different types. Is there a personal favorite for yours that you're a fan of that's going on right now?
Well, it certainly is the case where it's hard to narrow that down when you have 60 of them. And it's not just craft beer, by the way. It's cider also. Right now we've got 16 handles of cider on. And I would say currently my favorite is probably something called the Bad Apple, which is a 10.5% cider, but it is just delicious.
Yeah, and the cider, I'm allergic to beer. So whenever we go to some of these places, having a bigger selection of cider for me is really great because that is something I can drink. So sometimes I feel a little left out when it comes to the craft house and the tap house stuff.
Well, we certainly don't want anybody to feel left out, and having as many taps as we do, the intent there is to, let's say, over-deliver.
Yeah, I like it.
You do a fantastic job. So if you haven't checked it out, it's your opportunity to do so. 5120 West Overland, Suite number 5. It's a great place to pop in and enjoy. And, of course, I imagine it's open kind of early afternoon all the way through the evening. So if you're looking for, like, an early lunch or a late dinner, it's a great place to pop in and try out some great taps. And there's also, I imagine you rotate those on the regular as well, right?
The
rotate the taps on a regular?
That is correct, yeah. On any given week, we're probably swapping out 3, 5, 7 taps. So... yeah, it's a constant, they're constantly in flux.
You like variety, you like great food, you're going to want to check it out. If there's a place to go online, what's the best place to find you guys, sir?
It's going to be at copenrossgrowlers.com.
Beautiful. So go check it out and take advantage of the Be Our Guest deal at xrock.com. Awesome, sir.
Impressions.
So far, I'm not impressed.
On the Morning After with Nick and Big J.
Yep, and let's rinse and repeat that awesome Morning After prize package that we had for Pop Culture Smackdown here. We're talking a $50 gift card to Cop and Ross here. We just had Kevin on, and it's an awesome place. We're going to give you $50 here to that place, give you some delicious brew, maybe some cider, some delicious food. $50. And if you go to xrock.com right now, you can get your own Be Our Guest certificate for $25, and you'll get $50. That's pretty fun, and you get to use that at your leisure. We also hook you up with tickets to Kubla Khan TX. They're going to be here Tuesday at the Knitting Factory. That show is sold out, so this is all yours when you figure out the clues to bad impressions.
208-287-1003 is the number you need to call. Bad Impressions works like this. Big J's got 3 clues. They all revolve around somebody pretty famous.
Very famous.
And if you could figure out who it is in 3 clues or less, congratulations. This prize package is yours. Best of luck. Are you ready, Big J?
I'm ready.
Hello, the X.
Hello, this is Bryce.
All right, Bryce, you're up first, man. Good luck.
All right, Bryce. Here we go. Will the real me please stand up? Please stand up.
Slim Shady, Eminem.
There we go.
1 and done. Good job. You know your rappers, Bryce. What were clues 2 and 3, Big J?
I took chances. I got big, became one of the greats, and made a movie about it all called 8 Mile. And whatever you do, don't you forget about Dre.
And, of course, you've got some tickets to Kubla Khan TX at the Knitting Factory. Hold on. And you got some Cop and Ross coming your way as well. Big J, why is Eminem in the news?
Today is Marshall Mathers' birthday. He's 53 years old, Nick. But more specifically, and this is real talk, if it wasn't for Eminem, I would not be right here right now in this morning show.
Yeah, it was a trail blazed for you, correct?
Yeah, no, this goes way back to 2001, and an evening the night before the Up in Smoke concert here in the Treasure Valley, and we got invited to we should not have been invited to this party. But we had Dr. Dre was there, Eminem, and Warren G. I mean, Snoop Dogg. I mean, the whole crew was there at this private party, and we got invited to it. Myself, a guy you know, Nick, named Jason. Mm-hmm. We call him Radio's Jason Jackson. He had this specialty show called the Hip Hop Nation Show. And so he wanted us to interview some of these artists. Like we were going to get access to do that or something. And I totally screwed up the chance to he wanted me to interview Eminem. I was freaking out about it. It was just weird. Told the story many times, but Eminem gave me a look up and down and said, "No way, dude." Pretty much. His manager came in and started yelling at me, "Nobody talks to M on his day off." I'm like, "Oh geez." And you should have seen the look on Jason Jackson's face. Like, what did you do? But that night it was everything you could imagine. And I was like, how could I not want to keep doing this for the rest of my life?
There you go.
And that's when I pushed all my chips in, to the chagrin of my family. I quit my full-time job and I quit college and went in on radio, and it's paid off, I think, now.
Yeah. Look, you ever send like Eminem a DM or something like that and thank him for his role that he played?
No,
in your
he's
career?
Not looking at that.
All right.
No, but he would probably laugh.
He'd probably check it out on his day
He'd
off.
probably I remember that day, dude.
God, the irony. Morning After with Nick and Big J. We will wrap up the show here next on the X. Short, that is Sleep Token. Caramel here on the Morning After with Nick and Big J. Wrapping things up for this Friday and for this week as well. Special thank you to Wellie Jackson for popping in, talking about his 2 shows that remain tonight. Go check out loungeboise.com. Grab some tickets. Wellie is hilarious. You're going to have a fantastic time there this evening if you check out either one of those shows. Thanks to Kevin from Cope and Ross for popping by and talking about the great Be Our Guest deal that's still available. We've sold a bunch, but there's still some available. If you want to check out $50 for just $25, you can do so at the Be Our Guest tab at xrock.com. We encourage you to click on that and make sure you have some fun with it. And that leaves you with the floor, Big J.
Yeah, this just in. Well, I mean, not just in, but it's been talked about a little bit. And now it has a big supporter. I'm talking about renaming the Birmingham, England airport after Ozzy Osbourne. And,
oh, yeah?
There's a petition. It's got 70,000 people. But now Sharon Osbourne is behind it. She told the BBC, quote, "It would be amazing if the renaming happened. The world loved Ozzy. It's just a dream right now, but sometimes dreams come true."
It's cool. I mean, it makes sense to me. It's his hometown. It's not like a gigantic airport. They're not asking you to rename Heathrow. They're asking you to rename Birmingham, which makes sense. They did the Liverpool airport's named after John Lennon, so
yeah,
it does make sense that they could do some. There's some precedent there. I'm all for it.
Plenty of weirdos who would fly into that airport just to say they flew into Ozzy Osbourne.
100%. And take pictures of all the Ozzy stuff that they have hanging on the wall, as it should be. If they do anything like the John Lennon Airport in Liverpool anyway, which I flew into, and it's everywhere. So they should definitely do that with Ozzy for sure. That's going to do it for us. We will be back on Monday with some more tickets to the sold-out Kubla Khan show. And Big J, something else begins on Monday. The X-Rock murder mystery.
What?
Your first clue will come your way for an opportunity if you can solve all 3 questions and figure out the mystery. You and a guest will be sent to Las Vegas, Nevada to check out 9 Inch Nails in March on Us. It's all presented by Watson's Mystery Cafe. We're very excited about that. We'll be giving away prizes as well. So tune in Monday for the X-Rock Murder Mystery. It's going to be awesome. Thank you, Watson's Mystery Cafe, for helping us out there. Morning After with Nick and Big J. Jason Drew's up next. Have a good one. It's the X-Rocks.